Hey there, and welcome back to Module 8. So, you've got a fully built website, but right now it looks like a generic template. So, in this lesson, we're going to customize the site to match your brand and make a great first impression. So, as you can see, the website is it's looking good. It would pass as a professional website, but we are going to add a little bit of um, polish here and possibly make the menu um, a little bit more obvious, a little bit bigger. Some of the font and some of the text and stuff we're going to add. We might add a contact form here later on the right hand side there. But for now, we will just edit this home page with the view to doing the rest of the pages the same. So for that, we will go to edit with Elementor. But first, I think we'll address this menu issue. So anything with the anything to do with the logo and the menu, the buttons, you can edit the buttons in Elementor as well. But anything to do with the kind of structure of the website, we use Customize, and we can also use Elementor, but we can't edit the menu in the top section here from Elementor. So we'll go back into Customize right now. Give it a little second to load up, and then we will just go over straight to menu. And if we hover over menu, we get this little pencil icon, which will take us straight to edit the menu. So what we want to do here is, I think I'll add an item divider. Item divider. It doesn't show up yet. I think a lot of the stuff that doesn't show up when I'm recording is because I'm recording, funnily enough. So let's just go ahead with this hover menu hover style. So when you hover over the menu, it's going to either zoom in, underline, overline, or do nothing. So I like the zoom in feature. Hopefully that works. And it's not. Yeah, it should kind of, the text should kind of grow there. So divider size, let's see if this works. Divider size to, no, that's not working either. Sub menu, don't need that at the moment. You can put a border around your menu, stuff like that. So menu color. So the text link. So these are all text links. So I'm going to change the color from normal to this kind of yellow color to keep with my branding. That's another top tip is try and keep your branding consistent throughout your website. So you don't want a green home page and a pink about us page, So hopefully this is normal. So when I publish this and save it and then reload it on another page, it should actually show these changes that I'm making. So we'll go for that blue for hovering and white for active. That's another good tip, is to try and quite heavily contrast things so it stands out, and for people that find it hard to see or things like that, So let's just go ahead and publish that and see if anything changes. And it's not, so we'll go here and we'll go to the maintenance marketers website online here, and that is working now. It's not changed the colour though, so I think that's just an issue with my WordPress installation, so I'm just going to leave it at that just now. So I've published that, and we will just close this out, close out the customizer, and you can see it's working there, it's growing, but it's not changed colour, unfortunately. So I wonder if that's just on the about on the home page, but no, it's not. Anyway, so let's go ahead and customize this home page. You can see the problems here with web designers, but at the moment it's fine. We'll just carry on. Edit with Elementor. So now we're going to use Elementor to edit the sections of the website. We'll go through them one by one and just change things up a little bit. As you can see here, the menu is not available for us to edit here. So say I want to change this text here from elevate your maintenance business to elevate your property maintenance business, and join. Oh, damn! If we just go here, I want to add another paragraph there, but I'm not going to go into that just now. So I'll just copy and paste it so it looks a bit better. Looks a bit better like that. And what we can do here is move the button back down to the bottom. Actually, there we go. Get started, and we can change that. This is a button, so buttons are a call to action, CTA also known as. So I'm going to write join our free school day. Call to action, and I'll do a little celebration thing there, and that looks fine just now. And as you can see here, we have default button type. So we'll put button type and default. I don't think these change. Oh, they do. Here we go. Success. So green, like I was saying earlier about the contrasting thing. So green is also always a good colour of button. So is orange. I think I'll leave it at orange there. That looks great. And the link, this website is linked to the contact page on my website, but I want to change that to link to my school, to my About Us. So I'm going to copy that link there and simply paste it in there. Copy and paste, and you can set this link to open in a new, open in a new window, which means when somebody clicks on it, they don't go away from your main website. The link opens my school About Us page. Okay, so if you want to link to your About Us page, you simply type in About here, and it gives you a link. It gives you a pre-made link there already. So you want to link to the home page, which is why we do, because you're already on the home page. But if you want to link to the About page, you just click on there, and it goes to the maintenancemarketers.com/about, and that would open in a new window. But that's not what I want to do. I want it to go to my maintenance marketers school. So that looks fine there. And the this next section here, in fact, I think I will make this the background a little bit darker. So we go to Style and Background Overlay down here. You can see the background type is Classic, and you can choose the colour. You want to go for a greeny colour or primary colour, or just keep it at a dark black colour, and then we can go to the opacity, which is how dark it is or how light it is. You can change that up so things stand out a bit better. So there we go, that looks pretty good. And I also want to change the image. I'm going to change this image so it actually scrolls with the page. What we'll do here is I'll go to position, center, which is what I always like to do. So you see how that moved that background image up a little bit there. Don't need that just now. Center, and then attachment will be scroll. So when we scroll the page, that's the wrong one, sorry. The attachment will be fixed. So when we scroll the page, the image stays where it is, which I think is a really cool feature. But you can kind of mess about with that and make things look really dynamic and cool. So next section here, what I want to do here is, because we've got such straight lines across there, I don't really like that. So a neat little feature of Elementor is we can have a shape divider. You can have a shape divider at the top and bottom of the section. So this section here is the section below. I've selected that, click those 6 dots, and that selects the section below. And this one here selects the section above, the header section. So let's try and add a shape divider to the bottom of our header section. You can see we've got all types of different designs here. What's this one? Clouds. Not really. Let's try drips. Okay, wow. So that's kind of crazy looking, but mountains, there we go. That's kind of cool. I think I'll go for fan opacity. Okay, so chosen fan opacity for the bottom, and what we can do is we can change the colour. So we want to change the colour to the same colour as the background on this section here, below there. So we'll click the 6 dots again, and I find the background colour type, it's theme secondary background colour. Okay, so go back to this section here, select that, and then we'll go to shape divider, and the bottom we have this selected. Scroll down and go for theme secondary background colour, and you can see that blends in really nicely there, so you can hardly see it actually. So I'll maybe take the opacity down a little bit on this header section. It will select it. Go on. Shape divider, background, background overlay of this image. You take the opacity down a little bit, make the image a little bit brighter, and you can see the fan opacity border there. Either side's looking pretty cool. So what we'll go back to, oops, shape divider, oh, that's put a big bubble at the top. We'll just re-click that and that's got rid of that, so we'll want to go to the bottom, we want to go to there, get the fan opacity back on, and we can actually change the width and the height of this. I don't know if you can see that, but it's changing a little bit, so I'll go back to white, just so we can see what's happening here. The width, I don't know, it's not really changing the width, that's changing the height, so we'll try changing this height. Oh, that's opening the fans right out, look. So I want to keep it kind of subtle there, maybe a little bit bigger, just so it's more noticeable. And then we'll change the colour back to the colour of the next section down. And when you scroll, you can see that kind of cool fan opacity there. That's fantastic. So we're going to keep that consistent for each border between the sections. Okay, so down to this section, explore our tailored services. I'm not going to bother changing text up or anything at the moment, but I'll just take that and copy it and paste it again just to give it a little bit more text in there. And then what I would like to do is make the paragraph below the title slightly narrower so it looks a bit better. So what we'll do is we'll add some padding to the right and to the left. So I'll try 150 padding either side, and there we go, that looks slightly better. I think you'll agree. So that's how you kind of bunch text up and stuff throughout the website. So you just add padding left and right or top and bottom. Let's add a little bit padding to the bottom there. That looks good. And you can obviously mess about with this if you want. You can do 100, 1,000. You can do 100. You can't really break anything. You can always go back to what you had before. So let's go on to the next part, images. So I'm not liking these images. They're too square, too rectangular looking. So I've got the image full resolution, no caption, no link. So we will go to advanced and we're looking for excuse me, mask. We can use a mask or border to change the shape and design of the images. So there we go, straight away that's looking a lot better, I think. Circular one, or we can have oval vertical, which looks cool. Oval horizontal, pill vertical, triangle, sketch. Kind of like that one. That kind of goes with my logo. So let's just go for that. We'll have sketch for all of our images, and you can create your own custom mask. I've not actually seen that before, but I'll pick that up in another video. Size, I want sketch, and I want size, fill, or fit, or custom. I think we're just going to go for fit, just to keep everything in the middle, and position center, no repeat. Pretty sure that's for the image, so we'll just do this one next. Go to advanced, and go down to mask on, and sketch, and do the same for this last one here. So you just kind of go through it, make sure everything is consistent, everything's looking the same. If you want, if you want to change something, that's fine. If you want to have one square and one vertical oval and one sketch, that's up to yourself. But I can notice here this image is kind of out of line. So we'll go back to content, image resolution, no caption, alignment, center. I think it'll already be centered anyway. Try flipping it over to the left, maybe align self center, start. Nope. This will control contained elements only. Size, it's not doing anything there. Full width inline auto, not changing anything at all there. That's weird. Let's see, is it something to do with the mask perhaps? Mask on. Size fit. Here we go. We want to go center left. No. Size fit fill. No, that's the size of the mask. This is probably to do with the mask also. Image alignment left, right. No, it's not changing anything at all. That's a weird one. Let's see, it's probably because of the image. Okay, so let's click on that image. And this is good, it's good practice. So let's see, edit image. And what I'm going to do is crop this image. So it only has the guy on his little lawnmower there. Apply crop and save edits. And then we go select. Select again. Select again. No, it doesn't want to play ball anymore. Oh, there we go. Eventually. That's because I'm recording, I think there's a slight lag. So yeah, that looks pretty good. I would like to have this text all centered, like so. I think these little snippets of text look better when they're centered, kind of thing. So here we have another image. We'll go to advanced, mask, mask on. I think I'll keep that one. Oval vertical. Let's see what this one looks like. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I think we'll have that. Looks a little bit dynamic sort of thing. So I'll go ahead and change this button again to warning, I believe it was. And I need my school about link. Copy link. V, paste, learn more. Join free school today. I could have just copied and pasted that last button, but if you want to change stuff, then it's not advisable to just copy and paste. So there we go, it's looking a little bit different. See, style, and you can go hover, text color, this is on hover, so we're going to change the text color to change it to the theme brand color. The background type is classic. So we will go for a green background when we hover the button. So green background with blue text doesn't really look great, does it? So we'll just put the background colour to white on hover. Looks a little bit better. We can have a border colour and we go for white because the background is dark. Border colour, and we have a hover animation here, so we'll go for grow rotate. Okay, so when you hover the button, it's going to go boing, boing, boing. You can mess about with these. A lot of them are really good, really eye catching. So that one's kind of bobs around, bobs your auntie. Border colour on hover, still on hover here. So border colour, I want to be green. So there we go, and we can do border type. Go for a double. Go for a solid border. Border width. You only have to type this in once for all 4 boxes to populate, or you can unlink the values and you can make the left 30 and the right 30 if you like, and that just makes it kind of stand out a bit more. And down to the border radius, I like to use a border radius of about 30, but that's probably too much for this one. But it won't matter, you can mess about this as much as you like. I'll just leave it at 30 there. So that looks pretty eye-catching, I think you'll agree. So we'll move on to the next section. Oh, I forgot to add a little fan thing there. So I'll go here to this section and I'm going to put the fan thing top and bottom of this section. Just to save time, shape divider, and we will go to fan opacity and we'll change, that's for the top of this section. We'll change the colour to theme secondary colour. You see how that's blended it in quite nice. So we'll do the same for the bottom. Fan opacity, but we will need to match, excuse me, we'll need to match this colour, the colour from this section here. Let's see what we can find. Background overlay, and we have the colour, theme subtle background. Where's that? Theme subtle background. There we go. That's the colour, and the opacity is at 0.7. So we go back up to this one, select that, and we go to shape divider, bottom, and then we go to theme subtle background. Theme subtle background, and we can't change the opacity of that, so that's a bit of a bit of an issue there. Yeah, so what we can do is bottom one doesn't have a fan opacity. We will pop that in here, but we'll need to get the colour of this section. Yeah, background colour of this section. Background colour is theme primary background. We'll go for there, and shape divider, fan opacity, and for the colour we will go theme primary background, and you can see that looks much better there. And we'll do the same for the bottom of this section, just so it fits it in. This colour is different from that colour, so keep that in mind. The bottom will have fan opacity, and we will go for theme secondary background colour. So there we go. That is looking pretty snazzy, if you ask me. Not sure about this button, but I'll probably change that later. Yeah, so that's this section here, and we have our testimonial. So again, I don't like this really wide text, so I'm going to go to advanced, and we already have padding of 200. Really? Don't know why that's got padding of 200 here, and this has got padding. Okay, it doesn't matter, we will leave it as that. I'm going to change this background image so it is a fixed image, and we go for center, fixed image, and there we go, and you see that little image scrolls up and down there. This looks great. Elevate your business with expertise. I don't like these long lines of text, so I'm going to try again here. We go 500 and 500. That's far too much. Let's go for 150. Oh, and 150 there. Elevate your business with expertise. So there we go. We'll edit this image here, and I think we'll do something a little different here. We'll go for border type default, and then we'll uncheck these link values. So that basically makes everything separate. So I'm going to go for this top. Top left is 350 and right is 20. Bottom is 40, not 400. For 90 there, and for this left one we'll go for 70. Oh, 770. There we go. So I think we'll agree that looks kind of cool. Edit that, and what I'll do is I will just duplicate this button. So what we do is we control right click. No, we don't, because it doesn't work on Safari on my laptop for some reason, but you can see there, if you right click on the button, you can duplicate it. So I'll need to log in to the website on my Google Chrome, so that fixes that issue. We'll just go for warning and join free community today. Okay, and just quickly grab the school link. There and paste that in there. That's fine. Style, we can add a border, solid, border width 3. Go for border color of white. There we go. And we can have a little bit of animation, I think. Where's the animation? Animation. On hover. Go for hover animation. Pulse. Okay, so that goes wow, wow, wow. Okay. So there we go. Almost done for the home page. I wish I could copy that and put it down here, but I can't. For this one, I'll just do the same again. Border type solid. Border type none. I'll go for border radius, just do something kind of opposite to what we have there. Go for right as 320 and bottom is 90. 120. Oh, 120. There we go, that looks kind of similar but opposite hand. And change this button out to the orange one. Danger, orange one. Learn more. Free skill. Now. There we go. So I'm enjoying our community today again, and what I'm going to do is make this give this section the border shape divider even. For fan opacity, top, and go for secondary background colour. Go for bottom, same. Secondary background colour. We'll change, add a little bit of padding on this. Right and left. Go for 90 all around actually, that's fine. Go for the type, warning, and started today. Today, a bit hammer and spanner there, and I'm going to make this image scroll also. So attachment fixed, and there we go. So that is looking pretty damn good if you ask me. So let's just click publish on that. and we'll have a last look at the way it was before, because I think this will refresh to the new design. Possibly not. So this is yeah, that's the old design. Look at all the square edges and straight lines, etc., etc. So if we go to that URL, that will change everything to what we've just done. So we've edited and we've got these cool borders, got these cool image frames, etc. Nice cool buttons, attractive and eye-catching. Move around and stuff, and images in the background can move about. And scroll with the page as the page scrolls, and got nice fan opacity design there. So what we'll do is just go through the rest of the website and do the same. If you have any problems or any questions, just jump into the community and we will be glad to help. Bye for now.